Shalom, giving all praises to Yahweh Bashem Al Shai Bashem Kakwadash. And Shalom to the 144,000 the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, I'm going to entitle this video "The Book with Seven Seals Were Open to the Elect Only." So this is a video, I don't know where I'm going to go with this, but I was watching a video that Apostle Ramlab had put up, not even an hour, maybe an hour ago. So I was listening into some of it, but then it led me to go to a bunch of precepts and then come to Revelation 5. I did go to the commentary. So I was kind of all over the place. So I didn't put nothing together. I'm just kind of going with the Spirit, because there were so many things. You know, one thing led to another precept and so forth and so on. So anyway, he opened up with a still of a picture from the movie The Book of Eli, and he showed the ancient looking Bible with a lock on it. So the so-called bad guy, the heavy, he wanted the book, and finally when he got the book and he had somebody open the seal, it was written in Braille, so it's only for the blind to read. And he had the woman in the movie that was able to read Braille, so she was reading it but couldn't understand it. See, Esau, the elite of E, they know this book. They know this book, as in the movie, he says that book has power or something to that effect. What was the actor's name? Great actor from out of England. I forget his name. Somebody help me out. It'll come back. Something Owen. He hadn't did movies in a while. He's retired, I guess. I believe he might be a Jake, because he got that, you know. He's a good, you know, stand up and notice when you see him in movies. Can't think of his full name. But so the character that he played in the movie, it was all about him and his minions to catch up with the character that played Eli, who's played by Denzel Washington. And Denzel Washington, when I saw the movie, was kind of reminding me of the Apostle Paul, because he finished his work and he laid down and gave up the spirit. Maybe he just went to sleep and got back up, but in the movie they didn't show you all that. So I took it that he gave up the spirit because he accomplished what he accomplished, which made me think about the Apostle Paul. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to go to that. Let me okay. I'm sorry, I even forgot where I was going. Anyway, let me come back here. I got this tab open. My mind went off track. Oh, just came back. That happens when you get old. What is that? 2 Timothy, if I'm not mistaken. 4. You can really start from the first verse. Oh, this is why we go out all year long. Preach the word, be instant in season. Be ready in season and out of season. Reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. And we're definitely going out today through the power of Yahweh Bashim Shai. It feels like spring. I got the window cracked and it's I don't feel any cold. So it's supposed to be somewhere near 60, which is a blessing. There's not as much traffic after the holidays, so we should get down there at a reasonably good time. So matter of fact, this is a great chapter, by the way. This is a great chapter. It says here, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. Sound doctrine means healthy doctrine. You know, you got a lot of different Israelite groups out there. You got a lot of splits from the One West, former One Westers. And, you know, if you're teaching that the MOTB is not this micro C hip, we always go into that. Here it is, 2024, hopeful year of the time of Jacob's trouble. And that Jacob's trouble will not happen unless and until they make the MOTB mandatory. And it will be confirmed when it actually happens. That's when these people out here, these other groups, Israelite groups that was teaching otherwise, they're going to have to make a decision. Are they going to swallow their pride, or are they going to, you know, let their pride get the best of them and say, no, that ain't it. You can go ahead and take it. So we don't know. We got to wait and see. We got to have a wait and see attitude. But that's a major, major, major prophecy that's going to take place before the deliverance and the destruction comes. The deliverance and the destructions will not come unless and until the MOTB prophecy, Revelation 13 and 16, comes to pass. And it's going to be on a global level, global scale. And we keep talking about it. To ad nauseum. Look that up. So the ones that don't understand it, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is really not dealing with them. Because if you're one of the elect, you should know that. Scriptures say that we all speak the same thing. So like I said, we got to wait and see what these different individual camps are going to do. Whether they're going to say, you know what, we were wrong. And then people are going to say, well, so you're saying GMS was right. Or Sakari was right. Because Sakari teaches as well. We believe that Sakari believed it because the leader Sakari followed us first. But he can tell his own story. Whether he knew it or not, whether it made it, whatever. Because you got guys, well, no, we didn't believe it because GMS said it. We believe it because, okay, good. You got it. That's a good thing. But there's going to be a major shakeup. There's going to be a major shakeup when that prophecy comes to pass, and it has to come to pass. I hope it doesn't come to pass so we can get the hell out of here. Then I can put my head down. I said, okay, I was wrong. I hope that. But see, all these wars, whether you know it or not, whether they went up there and told you, the U.S. has entered the war in the Middle East. The U.S. has entered the war against Iraq, well, Yemen, which Yemen is backed by Iraq and Iran. So you got three major nations. Yemen, they have a military. Iraq has a military. Iran has a military. Matter of fact, Iraq and Iran went to war against each other. And they're all so-called Arab nations. And it's all over this war that Israel declared against Hamas, which really is Palestine. They really declared the war against Palestine because the masses of people that are getting put to death are Palestinian people, which are not necessarily members of Hamas. I'm all over the place. Anyway, it says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. I'm gonna look. Let me look this up. They shall not endure sound doctrine. Sound. So this the book is sealed to y'all. You in order for you to seal the book, you can break 6 of the seals, but this book can't still be open. You got to break all 7 seals. If you break, if 6 seals were open, and there's 7 seals, you still can't get in there. You got to break that 7th seal.
Strong's G 5198, Hugiaino. Hugiaino.
Which means to be sound, to be well, healthy, to be in good health spiritually, of Christians, which are Israelites that follow the Messiah. That's what the word Christian means. We call these people Christians. They're not even Christians. We are the Christians. We are the Israelites that follow Yahweh Shai. The apostles were called Christians first at Antioch, Acts 11:26, whose opinions are free from any mixture. Ooh, I didn't know it was going to say that. It says of Israelites that believe in the Messiah, believers, whose opinions are free from any mixture of error. So you can say, we're the Israelites, the tribe of Judah, whatever, Esau, the descendants of Esau. Like you got these Christians saying, well, we don't even know who Esau is. We don't even know who Israel is. Okay, let's say that's the case. We don't know who. Guess what? The Most High is going to separate the wheat from the tares. So you might be going around thinking that you were Jake and not make it because you were an Edomite, you were a tear. Either way, the Most High is coming for the nation of Israel. Oh, you can't pinpoint what an Israelite is. But at the same time, you'll say that them people over there in Israel, them 48ers are the people for some reason. Have you ever thought that maybe they're imposters? Did you ever say to yourself, well, what prophecies did they fulfill? Ain't none. When you read the prophecy about Israel going back to the land, they haven't fulfilled any of them prophecies. And if they went back to the land to fulfill the prophecies, the prophecies being fulfilled, there would be no war. Every time we turn around, there's a war. The U.S. is at war with the Arab nations, Yemen, Iraq, and Iran. You got Algeria that have entered the war. There's no news on them. It says of Christians, and we know that Christians are Israelites that believe in the Messiah, whose opinions are free from any mixture of error. If you say, oh, my mama's an Edomite, my dad is Jake, Judah, my mom is an Edomite. Edomites can make it because you want your mama to make it. Well, that's mixed with error of one who keeps the graces and is strong. I'm thinking of some other examples in the scriptures that certain groups go off on. Oh, John the Baptist fell out the truth. That's an error. John the Baptist didn't fall out the truth. He fulfilled his part of the prophecies. Get ready to get a call in a minute. And that ye all speak the same thing. Eat the book. Right, that they are whole and that they have no need of a physician. found the servant whole, meaning healthy. You go off on one thing in the scriptures. Well, this don't apply to her. They're going, GMS is going off on that. Oh, the grape doctrine. The grape doctrine is a part of the scriptures. And if you say that we're going off, that means you took away something. And then when you, for you to take away something, Revelation 22, 18, 19, you got to put something in there. When you say, well, that doesn't mean that, somebody going to say, well, what does that mean? So now you got to put something in place. So you're guilty of both taking away and adding to the scriptures. And you know what the scriptures say in Revelation 22, verse 18. And we stood on that. We haven't budged. So you're not well, you're not all healthy. It's all about perfection. Anyway, let me come back over here. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers. Now, that means what? You got different Israelites that's going. You got some certain brothers that go with the ISUPK, and they kind of all have that same spirit. They kind of dress in the black, and they got the shades. There's a certain spirit. Like you can look at somebody and see, well, he kind of has a ISUPK spirit. You can look at IUIC. They kind of have a spirit. You can look at Sakari. You can look at this group. You can look at Wi-Fi. Then you can look at GMS. And then you can look at, they all have a different spirit. See, the ones that come into GMS, and it should apply to all of y'all, that you come into this thing, you join a camp, which is actually the scriptures in the Old Testament, the prophets as a camp were called companies, a company of prophets, but we use the word camp. When you come in this thing, you are expected, you're supposed to know the scriptures already. You might have listened to us for maybe a year or whatever. You might have went out and stood in the audience, and while you're watching us and standing there, you're to build yourself up in the scriptures. So when you come into the camp, you're supposed to already be, and they're going to say, well, you're going to be reading first. Then you be a teacher. So when you come in this thing, you got to come in this thing. It's like you already got a college education, you got a master's degree, but now you want to go to a doctorate. So when you come into this thing, you're supposed to know these precepts. You're supposed to be able to defend the gospel, because you've been watching whatever particular camp for maybe a year or two, and they finally let you in. You're supposed to be ready, be instant, in season, out of season. You come in this thing and you don't know what's going on. You just a reader. You've been a reader for 6 months. You ain't, you're the Most High. Trust me. Yahweh B'Ashem Yahweh Shai is going to lead you right out the door. So a lot of these guys that come into these different groups, a lot of them come into these particular groups with an attitude of, he's the man that the Most High is. Here he is. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm doing a video right now. Go ahead. Say what you got to say. I can't think of anything right now because I'm doing a video, but I'll call you back. All right, sure. What you got? That was Bishop Sakawan. Just let me know. He touches base with me. Anyway. Heap to the, let me see something. Heap. heap. Give me a second. Yeah, what? Yeah, well, I'm just getting up. Fucking pain, fucking. Anyway, okay, to heap up, accumulate in piles. So when you follow a particular guy, you say this the Most High is dealing with him. Let's say you get with the IUIC. You're looking at the leader. There's no leadership in IUIC. There's one leader and there's a bunch of followers. That's a fact. The guy that came in on the horse, that's the leader. Ain't no leadership. There's only one leader. You can't defy that one leader. Anyway, so when you come in there, you say the Most High chose this guy. Whatever this guy says is the word of the Most High. He's the vicar of the Messiah. So whatever somebody else says, and it makes sense that wow, what these guys saying makes sense. Let me ask my God, and then you're gonna choke. I'm not gonna say that, they might kick me out. To heap up, accumulate in piles. And it's only written there one time. Let me go to the roots of them words. I'm gonna get back in Revelation 5. Don't. Right, this is where you get the word epi, which really means over. Over. It means over. Epi. Let me let you listen to this.
Strong's G 4987. Soruo. Soruo.
Soruo. To heap together, to heap up, to overwhelm one with a heap of anything, metaphorically, to load one with the consciousness of many sins. Peter said, he spoke about how Paul's letters, that people couldn't understand them, and to their own detriment, to their own destruction. So a lot of these guys think they have the truth, but it's going to be to their own destruction. And this all ties into the seal. So y'all can say y'all got 6 seals unlocked, but the 7th seal you can't get to. Heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. To scratch, tickle, make to itch, desirous of hearing something pleasant. Desiring to hearing something pleasant. If a teacher says something, and let's say you got a wife, I'm dealing with IUIC, because this is what they teach. If they don't, please send me a note, we don't teach that, or we don't teach that anymore. I will apologize. But this is what from what I heard from people that broke off, that if a man comes into the truth, they're gonna ask, hey brother, do you got a wife? Which is none of your business any fucking way. I don't know the status of any of the brothers in the New York camp. I don't know if they got women. I don't know if they got 5 women. I don't know if they just met a woman, they breaking up with a woman. I don't know, and I don't care, because it's not my business. So if somebody asks me, do you got a wife? I said, it's none of your fucking business, bro. Why you want to know whether I got a wife or not? But as I know, as I've heard, IUIC, like I said, if I'm wrong, tell me. I will apologize. All right, I'll say sorry. I'll do a video on it. They say, yeah, brother, you got a wife? Yeah, brother, I got a wife. What is she? She Israelite? Yeah, she's an Israelite. Yeah, she's a Gadite. Gadite, Judite, or whatever. She'll never come. You never bring her to the school. Why not? Well, she's a preacher's kid. She was raised up as a Baptist. And I never told her about it. Well, you got to tell her about the truth, brother. You got to tell her she's an Israelite. Whether she believes it or not. Then you tell her, baby, you're an Israelite. And she going by, the fact that she's a preacher's kid and a Baptist. No, wait a minute. No, the Lord came for everybody. Plus, my mother's a so-called Edomite, as you call it. Then you come back, you tell them, brothers, nah, she ain't going to see it. Well, brother, you got to give her an ultimatum. You got to give her 6 months. If she doesn't get it, you're going to have to cut her off. Which, if you do that, according to what I heard, if you do that, you cause her to commit adultery. Let's say that's your first. That's you and her both were virgins. Maybe you had other women. She was a virgin. When you cut her off, she's gonna eventually go out and get with another dude, and that's gonna cause her to be an adulterer. And that's the law. So they say keep the laws. And it's not like I'm beating up on IUIC, but that's just an example. If that's the case, then they're clearly going off and they're not keeping the laws. And if you're guilty of breaking one law, you're guilty of all of them. And then you might have children. So basically, you got to cut your children off. You might work with your children, go to court. So it's a big mess. It's a big mess. Then you come to the house. You're living in different places. So the money doesn't stretch as far. You come to the house, her man is there. He's a fucking Muslim, and you mad. And y'all might get into it. And that implies to both men and women. If you have a sister that comes into this thing and is a believing, has a husband that's a Muslim, Peter said that. She got to remain with that man. Oh, well, she's a Muslim. You got to cut him off. And you got to get with an Israelite man. That's clearly going off, man. That's clearly adding to the book. A lot of people fall off because they didn't like what you said. Like recently you had in the GMS Boston, some individuals step off and they're teaching a different doctrine. And they were never teaching that doctrine when they were under GMS. So the Most High is going to destroy these guys. Anyway, let's get back into the scriptures in Isaiah speaks about smooth things. Prophesied deceit. I believe that's Isaiah 30. It says, so in the book with 7 seals. If you go off on point, you haven't the 7 seals haven't been opened to you. Perfect example is a MOTB. The book is still sealed to you. You can kind of open the book and kind of peep. Oh, I saw this. I read this. But in order for you to understand the whole book, the 7 seals got to be broken. So like I said, and I said this before, and I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna keep saying it. You're gonna get shook up when that major prophecy, 3 prophecies, the MOTB, the destruction and deliverance, the time of Jacob's trouble, comes after and during the great chipping. It said, and I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the back side Sealed with what? 7 seals. Um, was it Ezekiel 2 verse 10? It says a book written with lamentations. Let me go to that. See, I would follow you, Hebrew Israelites, but you guys use scare tactics. Christians don't do that. Well, guess what? The book is written with. Let me go to it. Ezekiel. I would say Ezekiel 2, verse 10. And he spread it before me, which is the book, the roll, and it was written within and without. We just read that in Revelation 5. And there was written therein in the book lamentations and mourning and woe. So are we using fair tactics? You got damn right. If you don't get the consequences, if you don't get this, then you're going to get burnt up. It says sealed. It said sat on the throne and a book written within and on the back side. The same book, which was a roll at that time, given to Ezekiel. John received the same roll, the same scroll, the same book, sealed with 7 seals, completely sealed. 7 means, and Christians even say 7 signifies completion. 7 women shall take hold of 1 man, meaning you're going to have some men have 1,000 women. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? This is why you Old Testament only Israelites, you're completely lost. It don't make no sense even talking to them, man. It's like talking to a Muslim. You know how hard it is to wake up a Muslim to this truth? The majority of the brothers and even sisters that came to this truth are 99%, 0.5% were Christians. We were all Christians. So we understand when they come with that Christian stuff. We were all Christians. 3rd verse. And no man in heaven nor in earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, Ezekiel 9 and 4. Them that sigh and cry. The Most High is going to wake up the ones that sigh and cry for all the abomination that be done in the midst thereof. He's going to tap you in the forehead. He's going to open up your pineal gland. Even Esau says the pineal gland is to open up your spirit part of your brain where you dream. So even Esau knows that the pineal gland is a spiritual antenna to the spiritual realm. And I wept much because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. So, like these Old Testament onlys, Yahweh Shai ain't dealing with them because they said Yahweh Shai haven't come back. So Yahweh Shai said, I'm not going to deal with you. So when they say, oh, I'm only dealing with the Old Testament, no, you're not. You're dealing with the laws. You're not dealing with the Old Testament because you don't understand the prophecies in the Old Testament. If you understood the whole Old Testament, you would understand the prophecies of Jeremiah, Isaiah, Joel, Obadiah, Daniel. You would understand those prophecies, and you would Numbers. Numbers 23 and 24, Daniel 7, Daniel 2, Daniel 8. Y'all don't know none of them prophecies because y'all don't know. None of y'all know of Yahweh Shai, and if you knew of Yahweh Shai, you would have known. Ask any New Old Testament only Israelite, did the Messiah come already? They're going to all say the same thing. No. They're saying what the small hats are saying. No, the Messiah didn't come. Why The small hats, they say he didn't come because they wasn't there when he came. They were Edomites. They wasn't small hats. They were Edomites. Yahushua only came to the Israelites. This is what you Christians don't understand. But he really came for the whole world. He said he's coming for Israel, but these clown ass Christians. Matter of fact, the Christians need us. We don't need them. We ain't running them down. They're running us down. They're clowns. They're complete clowns. And every last one of them is going to be destroyed by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And one of the elders, or one of the angels, saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, we're going to look up some words now, have prevailed to open the book and to loose the seven seals. We're going to pull out some words now. So we're in the 5th verse. I may not read the whole chapter. I may come back. It says N, which is Kai, Es, Ek, elders are pressed. What? Yeah, bye. Anyway, I lost my space because of these fucking distractions. Excuse me. Presbyteros, which means presbytery or bishop. Like a bishop, bishops are elders. When you look it up. That's why it's important to read these words. Okay, the Lion of the tribe. What is a tribe? Let's look up the word tribe. A tribe is part of a lineage. You are a tribe of your father and your father's father and his relatives, right? Folei. A tribe in the New Testament, all the persons descending from one. Ooh. In the New Testament, the NT means New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriot Jacob, a nation people. Judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Oh, Cornelius was called a tribe, and that when Peter mentioned that, I shall not judge. I'm merely paraphrasing any nation, and that word there it takes you back to the word "foulé," which means tribe. Meaning one of the sons of Israel. That right there proves to you that Cornelius is in fact, or was in fact, or still is in fact, whether he's here in the spiritual realm, is an Israelite. So if you got a group, any former one West is teaching that Cornelius is Edomite, you haven't opened up. All the 7 seals were not broken to you. Got to go into these words. Let's look up the word Judah. No J in the Hebrew. J didn't come about until the 1524 by a man by the name of Tricino. Do the research. The word there is, I'm going to let you hear it.
Strong's G 2448, Euda. Euda.
EU supposed to be the name of the Most High. Okay, let me do this. Yahweh. Yahweh Da, Judah, or praise, it means they broke it down wrong. It means it doesn't mean praise. It means praise Yahweh or Yahweh thanks. Actually, Yahweh, the name of Yahweh, the Da is thanks, or Yahweh praise, or Yahweh be praised. So they went off on this. Judah equals praise. Nope, Judah equals Yahweh praised, or thanks. Yahweh thanks. Like I said, the blue letter goes off as well. So the Most High's name is in the name of Judah. So how can he be a tribe, a Fuleh of Judah, if a Judite man never impregnated a Judite woman? Mary was a Judite, not a Levite. High priest Ariah used to say she was a Levite because she was a cousin of Elizabeth. You can be cousins of different tribes. I have cousins that are of different tribes. I'm a Levite. My brothers and my sisters are Judites. I have cousins that are Gadites. So this right there, this kills these crazy, these bugged out ass Christians. Mary. Well, there's a term, immaculate conception, means Mary was born without sin. That's a Roman Catholic nonsense. And virgin birth means Mary gave birth, was pregnant, found herself pregnant, but not by man, which is a Roman Catholic doctrine. Vocab Malone is nothing but a reformed Roman. He ain't nothing but a Roman Catholic. He's nothing but a reformed Roman Catholic. Of Judah, the root of David. What does it mean by the root of David? Let's look this up. I'm doing this for y'all that really don't know, so you can know how to explain it to a Christian. But you know what Christians do? They'll overtalk you. Like, I know I'm right. And they'll bring out a scripture they don't understand. They don't even understand what the scripture they're bringing out. And now they got classes where we got to teach you how to deal with it. Why would you have to teach a Christian how to deal with the Israelite? Aren't they a Christian? Shouldn't they be able to know how to deal with any situation? No. We got a special class on how to deal with the black Hebrew Israelites. Okay, so let me see here. Okay, root, which is, I'll let you hear it.
Strong's G, 4491, Chridza. Chridza.
You could say Raza. The Issachar, which proved that the Issacharites are Israelites, they say Viva la raza, like it means long live the race. And the word race means gene. So they're talking about long live the Mexican people. Viva la raza. Or live the Mexican people, the race. A root, that which like a root springs from a root, a sprout. That's why a man is called a husbandman. When you look up the word husbandman, or look up the word ayash, the word goes back to husbandman, because you plant seeds. Women can't conceive unless a man impregnates her with a seed. So you got people saying, well, women got seeds too. If you go to Genesis chapter 3, you don't understand the scriptures, man. It says, that which like a root springs from a root, a sprout, a shoot, offspring, progeny. Pro means to go forwards, and geny means gene. Go forward with the gene. The only way that can happen is if a man puts a sperm in a woman. So we're kind of going back. You brothers have been in this. Y'all already know this, man. What does it mean he came out of this David? Why do they call him? Certain people call him the son of David. The Syro-Phoenician Roman call him a son of David, if I'm not mistaken. Let me go double check that. Let me just put in son of David. Comes up damn 601 times and 132 verses. I want to go to the New Testament. Okay, right here. Anybody that called the Messiah the son of David, oh Lord, son of David, they're Israelite. The Spirit made them say that. I thought it was in here. Let me do this. I thought she called him son of David. Let me double check this. The woman was a Greek. Let's see if it comes up. It's in Mark and it's also in Matthew. Bear with me for a minute. Syro-Phoenician spirit, daughter, unclean spirit, nation, because I cast out devils. Let me try this. Bear with me for a minute. I thought she said David. Okay, she did say it, but it didn't come up. And behold, a woman of Canaan. This is the same story account in Mark. Was that Mark 7? Came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, have mercy on me, O Lord Kairos, thou son of David. What was now she was an Edomite, she was a Canaanite. Where do you know an Edomite or Canaanite looking at the Lord and identified him as being the son of David? But the scribes and the Pharisees, the religious leaders that sit on Moses' seat, they couldn't identify him. And then he asked the last question that he asked that they never mess with him no more is, why does it say that I am the son of David? So the woman, anybody that's teaching that is going off. This ain't no heathen woman. Ain't no heathen woman gonna, that's the son of David right there. She said, thou son of David. And this is why the Lord healed her daughter. Because at that time she was considered what? A dog. The scriptures say in Matthew 7, cast not thy pearls before swine, neither give that which is holy unto the dogs. Was it talking about, no, you're not supposed to teach Edomites and other nations, just Israelites. No, it was talking about them wicked Israelites. That's why Captain Tazariak has no business at all going on the platform of Sarnetta, because that's nothing but mass confusion. And it's breaking up, man. You got Garfield going against, he no longer works with Sarnetta. And when was the last time you saw, what's the brother that had the princely lock? Shakya Amos. You haven't seen him. A lot of them guys, Ali Muhammad, you haven't seen none of them guys that if you go back maybe 10 years, they were all kind of did, ain't none of them working with him. He's got to get new people now. Because one way or another, they didn't agree on anything, so they split their ways. So basically, that consciousness stuff is just breaking up. Please forgive me for going long. The spirit is kind of sort of on me. But guess what? Any of you groups out there that's teaching that the woman was a Greek, a Canaanite woman, a Syrophoenician by a nation, was another nation, look, ain't no other nation going to call the Lord, acknowledge the Lord as Lord or superior. Lord, right there in the Greek, is Kairos, if you knew the Greek. Thou son of David. The Lord checked her. Yeah, well, wait a minute. I ain't supposed to give it to the dogs, because that was said. Because she was in, in other words, if Cornelius rolled up on the Lord, said the same thing, oh Lord, son of David, the Lord would have checked him. Look, man, back up. You a heathen. Actually, an Israelite. It wasn't open yet. It was open to the Israelites in a Gentile state of mind after the Great Commission. Matthew 28:19, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. I'm a little all over the place. I'm getting ready to land this plane. That's what Jake be saying now. I'm getting ready to land this plane. I'm not going to read the whole thing. I got to get on the road. And one of the elders saith unto me, weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David, hath prevailed to open the book. Open the book to who? If you're an Israelite, the book? No. Pastors? No. Israel, but the elect of Israel. The chosen, called and chosen. Some of you were called, but some of you were not chosen. Got to be called and chosen. Eclectic. Chosen. And to loose the 7 seals thereof. And I beheld, and lo, I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'll come back. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, the angels, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes. Horns meaning complete, all-powerful, all-knowing. 7 eyes mean you see everything. Which are the 7 spirits of the Alahayim, sent forth into all the earth. This gospel shall be preached throughout the whole earth, world, the whole planet. I believe the word is cosmos, but it means the whole planet. Then the end shall come. Guess what? July of 2007, that's when it began. Not when IUIC came on the scene, not when any other group. The 2 groups that was on there, the Israelite groups, former One Westers that were on YouTube before we got on, was IUIC and the GOCC. And they really wasn't pushing it. Everybody kind of flocked to GMS because we were breaking things down. Truth be told, that Bishop Nate, everything he did had a $sign on it. Show you 10 minutes, it would be him and Barak Shah teach for 10 minutes, and it would stop. And people would say, where's the rest of the video? Where's the rest of the video? Then he would have a website, go to the website to get the secret breakdowns of Revelation Daniel. That's what he did. Now, he can't say that's a lie, we never said. No, that's what you did. Okay, that's what you did. So everything that you did had a $sign in front of it. The reason why we're breaking stuff down now, yes, because you were forced to, because we're breaking it down for free. There's people that can watch our videos all day, every day, and not give us a dime. But there's other people that support us. We don't make a big deal about that, man. The Apostle Paul speak about, there ye be content. If I got a ceiling over my head, I got cable. Got to have cable, brother. I got the web. I can eat. I got money. If clothes get old, I can buy new clothes. I can't buy a yacht. I can't buy a Learjet. I can't take a trip to Dubai. or Fiji. So I'm good. I'm not looking for a paradise over here. The scriptures speak about, but we seek for one to come, that city, which is the kingdom. It says, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Who's the Lamb? Yahushua. But he was also known as a lion, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of the saints, starting with the elect. And they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take, which is the angels, which applies to us. Revelation 14, sing a new song. Thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seal thereof, for thou wast slain and was redeemed us and has redeemed us. Deuteronomy 28:68, and no man shall buy you, meaning no man shall redeem you, buy you back. The only one that's going to redeem us, he's coming, but not as a man. Isaiah 47:1 on down. Us to the Most High by thy blood, out of every kindred. Who's going to, now right here, it says he's going to save the Israelites that scattered throughout every kindred and tongue and people and nation. We were scattered among the nations. So this right here kills that BS about Revelation 7 verse 9. What about the multitude in white with the palms in their hand? It says every nation. It's talking about Israelites that came out of the great tribulation. It says, and I guess I'm going to read the whole thing. And hath made us unto our power kings and priests. That's the fulfillment of Ezekiel. Is it Leviticus or Ezekiel? I think it's Leviticus. Let's try Leviticus 19. And I'm sorry, it's Exodus. It's got to be Exodus 19. And ye shall be unto them a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. And has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. Reign over who? The other nations. Now right here it goes into the angels exalting the Most High. Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. So this is self-explanatory. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom.